Heavy snowfall and dipping temperatures. We're tracking tonight's storm and we'll tell you what it could mean for your morning commute.
Coming up, we'll tell you how people who call the streets home are dealing with these bitter winter temperatures.
Plus, Peoria residents get up close and personal with candidates in the upcoming primary. Hear what the congressional candidates have to say about health care reform.
WMBD 31, Illinois Broadcasters Station of the Year. Taking action for you. This is WMBD 31 News at 10.
Winter weather is blanketing the area tonight, making things rather messy for motorists and already prompting some closings and cancellations. A few inches of snow has already fallen in parts of central Illinois. WMBD's Meg Marshall is live with the latest on road conditions, but let's go first to Chief Meteorologist Marcus Bailey in the 3D Live Weather Center for your first look at the forecast. Marcus?
That's right, Bob. Already an inch has fallen outside, a little over that probably here in Peoria. Just checked outside our studio here on University. And we're seeing that moderate to even heavy snow band moving right through the central portion of Peoria County, including the Peoria metro area. What we're looking at on X-Vision, shades of blue. The lighter blue indicating the lighter snowfall, the darker blue indicating more moderate to heavy snowfall. And we're certainly seeing that in the Peoria metro area right now. Everybody under a winter storm warning. This continues through the overnight tonight through tomorrow and does not expire until Friday morning, as we're going to be anticipating a 1-2 punch of snow and wind eventually then as we head through the afternoon tomorrow. So we'll time it out. Heavy snow showers during the overnight and probably into that morning drive. So it's going to be a messy and slow going commute tomorrow. Temperatures into the teens pretty much all day and then falling back as we head through the afternoon, and those winds are going to be a problem. We'll talk much more about that in your 3D Live forecast coming up. Also, you can see right here on CIProud.com, not the best view of me right there, but we are keeping you up to date on the hour with live updates on CIProud.com from our weather computer, where we can show you exactly what's going on with the weather, since we can't be with you all the time right here on WMBD 31, but we can be with you right there on CIProud.com. It's a quick click, and you can check out what's happening, and we'll give you updates throughout the rest of the overnight and into tomorrow morning as well. Now, WMBD's Meg Marshall is braving the elements outside at University and War Memorial as the snow continues to fall. Meg, what's happening?
I just want to know how you got the cushy job tonight of staying indoors while I'm out here doing what you should be doing, in my opinion at least, but we can discuss that when I get back to the studio later. We are live out here at the corner of University and War Memorial Drive to show you how you can become an official member, if I can get it held straight, of the Snow Bear Polar Patrol Club at WMBD. We're going to go ahead and use this very scientific tool to try to give you a good idea of how much snow has fallen here in Peoria just since 6 o'clock tonight. I don't know if you can see a good reading, but we're measuring right around 2 inches here in the parking lot at Beechlers. Now, of course, that's on top of the snow that already fell last week, making things pretty hectic here for crews as they try to get these road plows out, get salt on the grounds to help drivers. Just since we've been out here in the last 15 minutes, we've already seen 7 plows drive by on University Street. Now, Peoria Public Works representatives say plows will hit primary streets with just salt instead of the sand salt mixture they used last year. Trucks will be pulling overnight shifts in order to clear the roads, but they say the amount of snow coupled with low temperatures will make it hard for the salt to make a quick difference in driving conditions. Trucks will also stick to primary roads, and if conditions allow, they will move on to residential streets. Meanwhile, crews in the Twin Cities area gearing up to battle this storm head on. Both Bloomington and Normal have plows out clearing the streets now that the snow is falling. Residents are asked to be patient and remember major roadways take priority during cleanup. Officials say staying in front of the storm won't be easy because of nighttime hours and blowing snow.
There are some safety risks associated with our vehicles out there because we're trying to do a function on the roadway, and if there's a lot of vehicles out there with us, okay, then it's difficult to get that done efficiently.
Within 30 minutes to an hour of our guys being there, they can blow right back over, and people can think, you haven't been on this road, and we might have been on it 10 times.
And of course, we will continue tracking this story throughout the evening and into the early morning hours. Chief Meteorologist Marcus Bailey and meteorologist Jeff Denoyer will have the latest information on WMBD 31 News this morning, tomorrow. And of course, for the very latest updates, including parking bans, school closures, other activities that may be canceled due to the weather, you can always log on to ciproud.com. For now, we're live in Peoria. Meg Marshall, WMBD 31 News.
Really snowing out there right now, too. Thanks, Meg. Well, the snow and cold temperatures keeping many people indoors, but for those without homes, finding shelter isn't easy. Justin Marks is just 20 years old and has been living on the streets for 2 years. He says staying warm in the winter is all about getting to know what services are offered. He says he takes advantage of the warming centers provided by the Salvation Army and many churches throughout the area that offer meals as well as temporary shelter.
Basically stay inside. I'll go anywhere I can just to stay out of the cold and just do what I can.
Our emergency overnight shelter for homeless men, specifically at this time of year, we see pretty much full capacity.
And you can help the homeless this winter and all year round by donating to the Tree of Lights campaign, which is still underway. In other news, Congressman Aaron Schock wants future health care negotiations broadcast live to the public. C-SPAN recently wrote congressional leaders about opening health care negotiations to the public through the media after President Obama promised during the campaign to have those negotiations broadcast live on C-SPAN and complete transparency. Congressman Schock said President Obama's key campaign promise was changed to shake things up in Washington. And he says the president himself even said C-SPAN would be the best avenue.
Even people who support the majority's health care bill and those who don't think they support the majority's health care bill want to know what's in that final bill, and the only way they will ever know is if there's transparency, and one way to do that is to have C-SPAN broadcast them live.
Now, he says the American people wouldn't be the only ones to benefit from these broadcasts. He says that when Congress is not in session, even congressional members aren't continually briefed on up-to-the-minute information from those meetings. Schock says broadcasting them live would keep everyone, the American people and lawmakers alike, in the loop. The Democratic candidates looking to challenge Congressman Aaron Schock in the election this coming November met with the public tonight. Now, the Moss Bradley Association held a candidate forum at Westminster Church. It's a chance for all of the area residents to get up close and personal with candidates before the February primary. Two Democrats, Deirdre Herner of Springfield and Carl Ray of Washington, are looking for their party's nod. Both say health care reform is just one of the major issues facing voters.
I think we need to take care of the folks who need to be taken care of, provide access to health care, and to provide it at an affordable price.
The current bill as it stands is a step in the right direction. It's better than the system we've got right now, but there's a lot of room for improvement.
Republican Peoria County Sheriff candidates Mike McCoy and Vince Whelan were also at tonight's forum, along with 6 judge candidates. The primary election is on February 2nd. A car accident this past weekend near Northwoods Mall leads to the first citation for texting while driving. A witness told police they saw a woman texting just before the crash. The 21-year-old was cited for distraction by an electronic device and failure to yield. The texting while driving ban took effect January 1st. It also bans talking on your cell phone while driving through school and construction zones. And while many local authorities say it will be hard to enforce, most agree the ban will make Illinois roads safer. The latest no-refusal weekend in McLean County nets 8 DUI arrests on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. No refusal means a warrant will be issued for those who refuse a breathalyzer test, and blood will be drawn for testing. Of the 8 arrests, only one person initially refused. However, that person later consented to a breath test after no refusal procedures began. McLean County will hold another no-refusal weekend on Super Bowl Sunday. Thompson Correctional Center in Northwest Illinois is one step closer to housing Guantanamo Bay detainees. The Commission on Government Forecasting and Accountability voted 7-4 in favor of closing the facility today, clearing the way for the Obama administration to purchase the prison. Supporters of the plan say it will bring jobs and money to the area, but opponents say housing terror suspects in Illinois is a security threat. The final decision on the facility's fate rests with Governor Pat Quinn. Still ahead, Chief Meteorologist Marcus Bailey has a complete look at your 3D live forecast. Plus, Easter Seals patients prepare to put on a real big show. And we'll have an inside look at this year's Penguin Project. Ahead in sports, the Bradley Braves look to put an end to a 3-game home losing streak. And Donnie Tillman has your college basketball highlights in sports. But first, a look at the numbers on Wall Street.